Welcome everyone to a Piece of Life podcast powered by Brain to Body Revolution. My name is Soumya and with me my partner Supriya here with the second episode. A Piece of Life is a place where we talk about some things that you have seen and felt but never quite understood. Here we unpack it with science, stories and depth. So let's begin today's second episode. So we have all heard this proverb, do not judge the book by its cover, right? So today, let's try to understand what it really means from neuroscience perspective. So we are all in the month of love and we are all wondering whether we have to go and say I love you to the person that we have been secretly crushing on or someone you have been known for some time but you have not had established the connection with yet. You like something about them and you're quite sure or you have assumed that you'll have a great life with them, but you're not quite there yet. But before you go and confess your I love yous or will you be my Valentine, please know about something called halo effect. Yes. So, what is this? So, we all have our favorite film stars and actors and actresses, right? We see them dancing, smiling, and we are like, oh my God, this person is just right. I just want to marry this person. I just want to befriend this person. And you want to go and meet him. And there have been studies when people like this have gone and met their favorite idols or film stars and everything, a reality has set in and they have come back saying that oh they don't appear to be what I've seen them to be, and this is what is called halo effect. Halo effect simply means that when you like one thing about something or someone, your brain assumes that everything about them is good,
Good.
and this is the famous halo effect that we are all kind of living in but we are unaware of. So why does the brain do this? What does it derive out of it? So the brain likes to do it because it loves patterns. It loves pattern making because pattern making makes it life predictable. वो आराम से चीजों को digest कर सकता है. If the unpredictability quotient increases in life, it becomes confused. So your brain loves coherence and not dissonance. So what it does, it says okay, if I'm seeing one good trait in this person, that means everything is good about them. What does this mean? Why it actually does like this? Because your brain is flooded with million bytes of information every moment. It doesn't have the time or that bandwidth to process all of it. So what is the best way to optimize energy? Generalize it. Okay, I saw something I like about it, meaning, oh, there must be more such things like that, and holistically, it might be good for me. This scientists call it as cognitive bias. It's a error in our thinking pattern. This is something that we have all gotten. It is it's by default program. We were not aware of it before, but now we are. So, hence the proverb, do not judge the book by its cover. So, where all do we see this halo effect? Prominent scenarios. We see it on a very normal, general basis. हम कई जगह पे ये देखते हैं. But you know, where all this is in higher effect? In your job interviews. That's why they say dress like you are going to crack that interview. Because if you're dressed for the job, the interviewer, the recruiter will be like, oh, this person already is fit for this role. He all automatically makes that decision in his head. The same thing happened, and that is the reason why we have this term halo effect, because it was first observed by someone called Edward Thorndike in 1920. He observed this phenomenon of halo effect in when the army officers were recruiting soldiers. So the army officers would see a physical appearance of a soldier and would come to an assumption that oh, this person is intelligent, this person has a good character, he's a leader, even before there was evidence of it. that quick their brain was functioning. And that's why he coined this term halo effect, and it's still in use. You can make use of it if you are someone who is going for an interview. That's why you have to dress sharp. You have to make sure your appearance is equivalent to the job role, so that the interviewer or the recruiter automatically comes to a conclusion that, oh, this person is someone I want to take on board.
Wow.
We The other place where we have seen this is in our leaders and idols and film stars that we just talked about. Oh, this person talks so beautifully, he'll make a great leader, and we have proof, we have history to prove it otherwise, right? So there it comes into picture. And especially in your romantic relationships, all our crushes that are really didn't work out because you just saw, oh, he, वो गिटार कितना क्यूट बजाता है यार, मेरे को उसके साथ रिलेशनशिप करना है. एंड you may have ended up in the relationship with it, but you later on figured out it's not all roses, because your brain did this to you. It took one trait, it generalized it that to say everything is good about this person. So what is the dark side of this halo effect is that you make poor decisions in life. You become target for poor decisions. Then you'll believe trust issues in your life, because you saw one thing in someone and you concluded that everything is good, and you entered a relationship with that person, or you entered into business with that person, or you made friendship with that person, or you said some secrets about yourself to that person, and it did not work out. What happens? Your trust issues starts developing because your brain did this error in thinking. And even after sometimes what happens, even after, because of this halo effect, right, you ended up being in a relationship, you end up staying in that relationship because now you have to make it work. So what is happening here? You are stuck in an unhealthy relationship. You are trying to overcome your own self image and stuff like that. So all this is a side effect of halo effect. So now, when we have become aware that there is a halo effect in our life, there should be some way to overcome it, right? There definitely is. How to overcome? Very simple, but very hard to do. Pause before you judge. That's what this proverb says. Don't judge the book by its cover. But remember one thing, guys. Liking is not knowing. Charm is not character, right? So when you see something you like, you have to ask two questions. That's where the pause comes into picture. When you pause, you can ask two questions. The first question is, what do I actually know about this person, this product, or this service? Actually, this is also used in marketing to be so have you ever seen the burgers look so good when it comes on your plate as it appears on the TV screen? Never. So the marketing industry has made use of this in a very better way. Every industry for that matter. They use the product image as a halo effect on your judgment. You very well know you don't need that burger, but because that image is so mouth watering, and the feel they have built around it, happy family around it, you go expecting the same to that place, so your expectations are never met. So so you have to sit and ask your first question: what do I actually know about this person, this product, this service? When you see something you like and you're going to take some actions about it, right? First, you make a list of what you actually know. Second, you see that how much of your assumptions are right. All right. Let me make sure that I've got the second. What am I assuming? The other way to look at the same question is, what am I assuming about it? Okay. So when you have that list, then you get that clarity. Then you can go to the next step where you identify traits and you rate them depending on how much you want to see them. Suppose you like someone, you like a guy you saw in a cafe. First you're going to know, what do I actually know about him? If it is, oh, I just know him by his smile, then you don't have to go further than it. You have to first establish a talk with them, a connect, before you conclude that, oh, I want to go and have a friendship with them or a relationship with that person, right? So you make a list, you identify traits. Okay, first you look, you rate. Okay, if appearance is something that matters to you, you rate them. Then you check out the competence, their character, their behavior, their understanding. You then try to get actual figures, actual understanding of all these things and rate them. Then you come to a conclusion, oh, okay, I can go into a relationship with this person, or I can go and propose to this person in the first place. And then the third step is to look for proof. Okay, where is that person actually taking actions as you thought you would? Just because he you saw him helping your friend and you entered into a relationship with that person, do you think that he will do the same for you? Is there a proof that he will do the same for you? Actual actions है, आपको ये चेक करना है. ऑब्जर्व their patterns. उनके अंदर क्या पैटर्न है आपको वो ऑब्जर्व करना पड़ेगा. And then finally, once again, verify your assumption. All the time you are verifying your assumption, you're looking for whatever you have assumed to be true in them, वो actual में है कि नहीं. So remember, liking is definitely not knowing, and attraction builds a halo, but time reveals the human. ठीक है.
Wow.
Halo effect is everywhere. It's really everywhere. Like first impressions हो गया, आपका social media feed हो गया, right? Leaders के speech हो गए, right? All these are halo effect. You have to pause, you have to see, you have to ask these questions, and you have to get to the bottom of it. See slowly, but decide consciously. That
Lovely.
is the find. That's the gem for today. The real breakdown of do not judge the book by its cover.
Thank you. So lovely, Soumya. You really worked on that. And it's really definitely we have heard this term that do not judge the book by its cover. And I can relate to another very similar thing that everything that shines is not gold, all
Yeah,
that glitters is not gold, definitely.
yes,
So there are
yes,
different metals also. सबकी चमक चाहे सोने जितनी पर सभी के सभी में निकल मिला हो सकता है, क्रोमियम मिला हो सकता है, but that is not gold definitely. So
exactly.
yeah, so wow, that's such a lovely topic you brought today, and you're really amazing that we definitely get lured by the appearances. We get lured by the appearance because it's human, it's very human nature, and that is why it is being like we are going on scrolling the Instagram also, Soumya, if you think, right? So thus that particular halo effect causes a dopamine rush in our body. We are getting lured by the person's eyes, maybe smile, maybe a dimple on their cheeks and all, but we do not know how and why we want that, or does it like it is the external beauty, if it's on the context of choosing a partner or choosing a romantic relationship and all. So if it is in that context, we are not going to have that particular person's this features will not stay forever, right? You will definitely want to know how that person is, what kind of characters he actually has or she actually has, whether the thing you are seeing in him, you are assuming that all those things are good in him, good for that matter, it matches with you. Good means that it matches with you, it matches to your requirement. Soumya, the partners, if we call it the partner's sake, it is always an interlocking. If you have something, you will be actually wanting the partner who also resonates to that. Right, and that will happen when you definitely, as Soumya said, that we have to understand that our brain is actually doing all those programming, all those dopamines, that we give to our brain. We are just lured by that. Ultimately, the dopamine doesn't stay long. Just like that, that halo effect is not going to stay longer. You definitely have to look into the fact that what it actually has. You have to match the energies. You have to know how to match the energies. And then, what you said, Soumya, that there is definitely a cognitive bias. Right? So you definitely will think कि ये अच्छा है तो वो भी होगा, but with the passage of time you might come to know that no, this is not the thing actually. And then whenever this Soumya, I had this particular thing earlier that whenever I started a book to read, now I will always finish that. डजेंट मैटर बोरिंग है कैसा है, मुझे इंटरेस्ट कर रहा है नहीं कर रहा है, आई जस्ट एज इफ आई मैरिड टू दैट बुक। तो दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द हेलो इफेक्ट ओनली ना, कि आपको किसी ने बोला है कि हाँ वो बुक अच्छी है और आप पढ़ते हो, लेकिन आपको वो पसंद नहीं आई है, बट यू आर स्टिल टेकिंग इट इज अ बर्डन एंड नो नो उसको फिनिश करना ही पड़ेगा। सेम विद फूड, right? Same with food and other things. And if you are stuck in a relationship and you that relationship is ruining your entire life, but still you are है ना, because of halo effect only you went to that relationship, and then again आपको पता चल गया था, but still you are hanging on, holding on, and that is how you are ruining your life. So definitely we have to understand that halo effect के कारण ही हम लोग सेलिब्रिटीज से बहुत ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं. We start comparing our partner with the celebrity, right? And nowadays ये भी तो होता है कि whatever the people are we try to wear those kind of dresses, that is also halo effect. So halo effect हर किसी चीज में होता है, आपके पार्टनर में हो सकता है, maybe a course, some course that you are doing, and that course you seem that that course is actually selling a lot and all, but when you dive into it, you know कि यार उसमें तो कुछ है नहीं, right? So this is all the gaming and playing of your game by your brain actually. So it is all scientific, the way Soumya brought out. Soumya, don't you think that people definitely, the masses go after the halo effect? That is why you brought it, I think, right?
Yes, that's the and they don't understand this. That's the gap. We I think we have identified as well
Yeah.
at Brain to Body that this is the gap. They do not know why it's happening to them. Why they are stuck in that relationship. Oh, पहले starting में सब अच्छा था because you were under the halo effect. You were seeing वो नाक भी खुजा रहे हैं ना, आपको अच्छा लगता है बिकॉज वाई यू आर लाइक उनका स्माइल आपको पसंद आ गया या आपका मन भाग गया है उनके ऊपर. सो even their naughtiest thing, that's why even though they have toxic trait from the first, you would overlook them at that time
Overlook.
because
Yeah.
you are under the halo effect, because your brain can't process that much amount of data that is coming inside the brain. It's like, oh my god, she's already thinking too much, I might as well conclude that this person is okay, so at least she'll bombard me less in my brain,
Yeah.
like that. So that's the main thing,
Definitely.
people are suffering from this halo effect. So awareness, see slowly, decide consciously. That's why that should be the quote of this, and don't come to a conclusion like liking is knowing. Oh, I like that person, so I know everything about that. I like that
No.
product means I know everything about that product. No. uh, uh, आंखों से भी देख के लिया है तो you have to promise and you have to verify is what the proverb goes again in my language, but yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And I really like the burger part. Definitely यार, when we see the pictures, the delectable pictures, पिज्जा में से वो चीज निकलता हुआ, and definitely, and I also went through that. पिज्जा का ना, हमको मैं बोलती थी मुझे वो वाला पिज्जा चाहिए जिसमें से ना वो निकलता है, चीज निकलता है. But then when I went and ate that pizza ना, मुझे वो सच में ही मुझे पसंद नहीं आया था, because it's very greasy, और आपको it's everyone's choice, but definitely it doesn't look like the way they portray it, right? So there's a huge gap. So if you think that you are going to have that particular thing, वैसा ही चाहिए, वो आपसे घर में वैसा एग्जैक्टली हो सकता है, उससे अच्छा बन जाए, बट वैसा अपीयरेंस में तो कभी भी नहीं बनता है. So
Yeah.
definitely do not go for the halo effect. Understand it. Take a pause in your life. Understand the thing. Whether see if it is a person also, then you have to understand कि आपको क्या चाहिए. What are you looking for in your partner? Then you possess those qualities, and then maybe you can judge ki हाँ भी ठीक है. Like if that person is okay, and if you feel not only the halo effect but the internal things, whether the things are matching or not, you have to give yourself some time, like before falling into a romantic relationship or something like that. Do not go with the halo effect, because the dark side, I seen the dark side are really more, and it is always a learning, definitely. So this is a wonderful thing, yeah, Soumya, and thank you for bringing it up. Really loved it, loved it. Another thing that you said is assumptions. We assume that that person might be okay, or that food that we are ordering. Very much it happens with the food choice also, ना? That हम लोग रेस्टोरेंट में जाके हम लोग वो ऑर्डर कर लेते हैं, और खाया भी नहीं जाता है कई बार. We have to throw it away, but just that food appears to be appealing to our eyes, very delectable. That is why and I can like go on and give examples from my life, how and like how I fell for the halo effect.
Yeah.
So definitely, so beautifully told by you, and really grateful to you for bringing in this on, Soumya. Loved it.
It's like is as part of your life as your name is. So
Yeah.
today we got a term for it. So we can now address it by the term by saying, oh, I was under the halo effect of it. So now you know, now you're aware, make use it, put it into your life, and we'll all be happier because of it. Yes.
Yes, definitely. Knowledge is good, but application part is more important. So, before judging a book, always take a pause. Before judging any person, anything for that matter, take a pause in your life, come to your awareness, and then identify whether you really, really want that,
Yeah.
and then go for it. And if you want to get more clarity about how to take a pause in life, how to get connected with yourself, then do join us at Brain to Body Revolution. We make you identify energies. Your energies will be so that you will not be falling and getting lured by the halo effect anymore. So, what do you say, Soumya?
Yes, absolutely. Bang on. And the halo effect works both the ways, positive and negative. So if you suddenly come to a conclusion about some, oh, that person is hitting that person, so he's a bad person, that is also a halo effect. And if you see someone and, oh, that person saved a puppy, he might be very cute in life, that is also a halo effect. So
Definitely. It
it
goes
goes
both the
both
sides.
ways, people. It's not just one directional. So being aware is everything. Like Supriya said, come to Brain to Body Revolution to learn the art of being aware. We have practical tools and techniques that we teach, but more of that in the next episode of A Piece of Life, powered by Brain to Body Revolution. Signing out. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.